Hey everybody, and welcome back. Are you looking for ways to enrich your English vocabulary? Like, for example, with more everyday English spoken by the natives in real life? Then you've come to the right place. In today's video, I'm going to teach you some vocabulary that's very often used by the natives. So, if you want to sound more clear and natural in English, then be sure to include these words and phrases in your English toolkit right now. And don't miss this episode. Are you ready? Let's get started. Our first phrase is let it slide. Let it or something slide, which means that you decide to do nothing or almost nothing, like ignoring or pretending like you haven't seen something, such as someone's bad behavior or mistake. And a very suitable example here would be at work. You've been arriving late at work a couple past days and your boss is saying nothing. But one day he's telling you, I might seem that I'm letting it slide, but I do hope that it won't happen again. Good. Do you have another example here? Please be sure to drop it right here in the comments. It's so important that you make your own examples and in this way activate this new learned vocabulary. Number 2 is a verb, a very beautiful and interesting verb at the same time, dabble. Dabble. Be sure to pronounce it with me, dabble. Very good. To dabble means that you're doing something in a not very serious way, and it might be something unimportant or small, like a small activity like drinking coffee, for example. In my life, I haven't been much of a coffee drinker, but because of the tiredness and burnout, work burnout, I should say, I've been dabbling in dalgonas lately. I mean, they're so sweet and creamy that I just can't give them up. So, what have you been dabbling into lately? Be sure not to miss the next one. It's a very interesting idiom, bite the dust. Bite the dust, which means that something has stopped working, it doesn't function anymore. For example, in our household, we do have lots of electrical appliances that needs replacing from time to time. And my sandwich maker bit the dust the other day. So I have to replace it with a new one. So I have to take some money out of the pockets because it bit the dust. What's bitten the dust in your household? Tell me, please. I'm so curious to find out. Next, there's another very commonly used by the natives. It's an interesting phrase sounding so slang-like. It's the nitty-gritty. The nitty-gritty, which is what's basic and essential, I should say, like the specific practical details of a problem or a situation. And my example for you is as follows. Two neighbors are having a disagreement over a plum tree. What to see? Yes, a plum tree that's right on the land boundary. You know, the land boundary, that is that imaginary line that splits their two plots of land. And in autumn time, when the plums start to ripe, they also start falling down and make a mess around, of course. They then start fighting over who the fruit should be picked by and who should clean up the whole mess. But one of them really hits the roof and starts shouting out loud. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of the problem. Who planted this plum tree here? Now, think of something that's the nitty-gritty of your problem or of a situation that you should get down to the nitty-gritty of it. And drop it right here so I can get back to you later on. And today's last and most complex phrase is get your act together. Get your act together. Of course, your can be replaced with any other possessive depending on the context. I just love this phrase because it refers to someone's willingness and determination to start changing their life. And it means to start organizing your life and maybe, why not, your career in such a way that you start achieving your goals, your dreams, fulfill your life plans right now. And my example is related to actors that can do something else besides acting, because we all know that actors can both act and sing, some of them. I mean, one of the Hollywood famous actors, I once heard her say, if I can get my act together, maybe I could even start singing in a musical. Can you believe it? I mean, they're so talented, they're so skillful at the same time that if they get their act together, they can do even more than just acting. And my personal example is when the pandemic hit, I started thinking about doing something else besides class teaching. And it was then that I started thinking to myself, if I can get my act together, I can even start teaching online in order to help some other learners around the world, to help many more learners with their English. That's all for today, and I hope you could learn some more vocabulary, some more useful vocabulary that you can use in your everyday English. Be sure to include all of these phrases and examples of your own and drop them here for me to get back to you later on. Thank you so much. Hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye, and good luck with your English.